Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, we're going to be trying a new product that Sally Beauty just released. So Wella came out with a top coat hair gloss. This is Wella Color Charm Shine Luxe. If you didn't know, hair glosses have been very popular for a few years now. People are obsessed with hair glosses, and it's literally just color. Like, there is obviously semi-permanent versions, and there are demi-permanent versions, but a lot of them are demi-permanent versions. I'm not the biggest fan of hair glosses, to be honest with you. I feel like they look really good for the first wash, and then after the first wash your hair no longer has that really nice shine and gloss to it. I feel like you can get way better results just by adding leave-in products like a leave-in oil or a shine spray or something if you really want your hair to look glossy. These are not just like a clear glossing treatment though. These have color and pigment in them, so it's a glossing treatment. It's basically just a demi-permanent color that's going to refresh and like gloss over your hair and make the color look richer and shinier. So I went ahead and I bought every single color. Let's run through all the shades and read about how you're supposed to use them. The first color is PA. This is Winter Frost. Then we have PV Shimmering Ice, NV Rose Quartz, NG Glimmering Gold, GR Amber Glow, RR Radiant Rouge, RV Crimson Gloss, and the last shade is BR Chocolate Glaze. I don't know how you say that word. It has a fancy thing over the C. I'm just gonna say glaze, but it's a chocolate color, okay? You get the drift. So on the website it says ShineLuxe Top Coat Hair Gloss provides intense luminous shine and refreshes dull faded color. Locks in shine you can feel with a translucent, true to tone color and a clean formula that's kind to your hair. Leaves hair smooth and healthy looking. It's ammonia free, it's vegan. For the directions, it says mix 1 part Wella Color Charm Shine Luxe Top Coat Hair Gloss with 2 parts of 6 volume for Wella. So they have a specific developer you're supposed to use for this. Just use a 6 volume. Obviously this is a demi-permanent color and it's more like a translucent glossing color. So it's not full pigment. You don't need anything higher than this. So I would just get the dedicated Wella developer. This is 6 volume. So we're gonna mix 1 part of the color with 2 parts of this developer. You're supposed to apply it evenly from root to ends on clean towel dried hair. Develop for 20 minutes, checking frequently for desired result. Rinse hair thoroughly until it runs clear, then condition and rinse. So very, very simple steps here. Let's go ahead and mix up all the colors and then we'll start applying. All right, here are the swatches. I went ahead and mixed up 5 of the colors and then I'll do the rest after we run through these. So here's the first color. This one is the PA Winter Frost. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this together. The developer smells really, really good. I was impressed. The developer has like a really nice fragrance to it. Yeah, the color smells really good. Kind of smells florally, maybe a little bit of grapefruit in there. Smells good, I really like it. All right, going in with that first color. And obviously because these are demi-permanent, they have to oxidize before you see any color. It's not like a semi-permanent where when you open the bottle, it's pink or blue or whatever color you got. You gotta wait for this to oxidize. So they're all looking very like creamy, except for the golden color. The golden came out like straight sunflower yellow. I'll show you guys that too in a minute. So it's gonna look pretty boring for now, but they should start oxidizing pretty quickly. You'll see everything start changing. Up next is Shimmering Ice. All right, here we go. Like I said, they all look pretty boring right now. Honestly, they're looking like pudding. Like it literally looks like a vanilla pudding or like a custard that's in a donut. They look like they're super smooth and the consistency is literally like identical to like a custard or a pudding. They smell better though. They smell very florally. Rose Quartz is next. This is the one that had that really pretty pinky color to it, that rose color. So I'm excited to see what this looks like, especially on like a platinum yellowy swatch like this. I feel like it's gonna be such a beautiful, like dusty, peachy rose. I just went ahead and set my timer. That way the first swatches are starting to process, so I'll just rinse them one at a time as the time goes up. So I do have my timer already processing so we don't overdo it. The instructions did say to just like keep an eye on it until you reach the desired like color payoff you're wanting basically. So 20 minutes is the max, but the instructions say you can rinse it off earlier than that if you want to. If you already see your hair like getting the desired tone, you can rinse it off earlier. I'm gonna do 20 so we can see the maximum color payoff. Here is that glimmering gold one. Very, very yellow coming out of the container as you guys can see. Looks like mustard. I definitely think this color is gonna be my least favorite. Having a little bit of PTSD from trying to dye my hair a more natural, darker blonde shade, and it just kept dyeing my hair very, very golden. So we'll see, but this advertises it's gold, so you can't get mad if you're buying something that says it's gold and it turns out to be gold. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how gold though. I am curious how gold it's going to be or how yellow. Next up, we have the Amber Glow. I'm excited to see this one. It looks like a coppery shade, so we'll see what this looks like when we rinse it off. All right, let's go in with the Amber Glow. Next up, we have the RR. I'm excited to see the RRs. You can already see this one starting to oxidize kind of pink. I feel like these glossing treatments would be really good for somebody with red hair, because you guys know red can get dull very quickly and fade and turn orange. So I feel like the red colors or like the coppers, these treatments would be perfect for people who consistently have like red or copper hair, who just, it's looking a little bit dull, but you're not ready to dye your hair yet. You just need a little bit of a refresh. I feel like these would be ideal for that. You guys can see how quickly this one's starting to oxidize. Next, we have Crimson Gloss. Curious the difference between the crimson and the red one, the RR. I feel like the crimson will just be like a deeper, more natural red, maybe even have a little bit of purple in there, where the RR will be just like straight bright red. You guys can see this one's also oxidizing really quickly. Next up, we have the chocolate one. Curious what this is going to look like on blonde hair too, because it's the darkest color out of all of them. So we'll see what kind of coverage and, you know, gloss we get on blonde hair. All right, I will see you guys in 20 minutes after I have these rinsed off and blow dried, and then we will mix up some lightener and see if the color comes out of the hair. All right, we are back. Let me show you what these glosses look like. Okay, so here they are. As you can see, they aren't like extremely pigmented. There's just a little bit of a color hue on them. They're not like full opacity. Some colors pack more of a punch than others, so let's go ahead and break down and run through here. We have Winter Frost. And as you guys can see, I feel like the hair is so much more shiny. It's really, really soft to the touch too. So I definitely do think it enhanced the hair and gave it a really nice shine and glossing treatment. Now, will that last past the first wash? I'm not so sure, but it looks good initially for the first wash after you rinse out the color. So that's Winter Frost. Here is Shimmering Ice. And honestly, there's not the biggest difference between these two. They look pretty similar. I would say Shimmering Ice is just a little bit more icy, I would say. Here's the Rose Quartz, and this one actually surprised me. It's very, very pink, as you guys can see. This would be really cute just doing it on blonde hair all over for like a temporary change. Very, very pretty pink shade. Then we have the Gold, and this one is actually not as golden as I thought it would be. Now, don't get me wrong, it is straight yellow, but it's not like a neon yellow. It's more of a natural toned yellow color. Here is Amber Glow. This one surprised me a little bit. It is very, very orange. This is like a school bus color right here. Like it's like a perfect school bus shade, but you guys see the shine on it? Such a nice reflective shine. Then we have RR. This one packs a lot of a punch. It is very, very pigmented, and like I said, I feel like the reds would be amazing to refresh your color. Here is the RV, and it is a lot different than the RR. I'm glad there's like a very distinct difference between these two. I'm glad that they're not just like the same shade, just a little bit different. They are definitely drastically different. This one's much more pink. This one's more of like a true red with orange undertones. And then the last one, this one is the one that shocked me and disappointed me a little bit. This is that chocolate one. It's really not chocolate at all. It's more like an apricot peachy color, like a golden peach. So that's what that one looks like. I went ahead and mixed up some lightener, and we're gonna apply this halfway down on these swatches to see if these glosses come out of the hair. So let's go ahead and apply this halfway down on all of them, and we will see if these come out of the hair easily or if they are a little bit more stubborn. I'm gonna try and hurry and apply this because my camera is about to die, so I'll replace the battery while these are processing, but we should be able to tell pretty quickly with some of these lighter shades if the lightener is going to pull the color out of the hair. Now, I'm pretty much 100% positive that these two are going to come out of the hair. I wouldn't be surprised if the Gold also lifts out of the hair. Semi-permanent glossing treatments like this, they definitely lift out of the hair easier than a semi-permanent would. Semi-permanent tends to stain the hair a little bit. You guys know, anytime you dye your hair red and you want to remove it, I always recommend Color Oops Extra Strength. That's going to be your best bet at removing any red tones out of the hair. Bleach normally just drives the pigment further into the hair shaft and stains it. So I always recommend Color Oops for reds or oranges. That seems to work the best. All right, we got the lightener applied. I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit for 20 minutes and I will be right back so we can see if any of these colors come out of the hair. All right, you guys, we are back. Let's see if the color came out of the hair. So this line right here, you guys can see it reacted to being underneath that foil with the bleach fumes, which I find very, very interesting. We have a very solid band right here, you guys can see. It turned these two a little pinky and it turned all the rest darker. A lot of the shades came out pretty well though. These two blonde ones came out. This pink one I think I'm the most impressed with. It's such a pretty pink color and it came out very, very easily and very quickly. This one lifted pretty good too. There's a little bit of residual yellow left. These two did not come out of the hair. This one barely did anything. This one lifted a little bit. Again, with Color Oops, I think these would come all the way out of the hair. This one came all the way out of the hair. For it being this really dark pinky color, it came out beautifully, so I'm absolutely loving this color. Even if you're blonde and you want to go red for a while, the red is beautiful and you know you'll be able to get it out of the hair. This chocolate glaze also did not lift. These two are very, very similar in their undertones and also their results. I'm going to show you guys on my phone real quick what these look like, but we kind of got a mixed bag. Some come out, some don't. This is what everything looks like on my phone. So you can see the pink, you can see these two. There's a little peachy hue on these ones. Here's what these ones look like. This red though, I'm really impressed with how beautiful and dark that red is. And then for it to come out of the hair that well, I can only imagine Color Oops would do an even better job. Even this one, like although it didn't come out all the way, it came out quite a bit. And again, Color Oops I think would take these right back to a platinum blonde. This one though, definitely my favorite result, and it would be fun just to play around with this pink shade and then you can remove it literally within seconds. So here's what it looks like on my phone. It definitely made the hair softer and shinier. Now again, I think after a wash or two, that gloss will probably be gone. That's why I recommend using more like regular glossing leave-in products that you use every time you wash your hair as you style it, so that way your hair remains glossy and shiny. The colors are really pretty and a lot of them pack a pretty good punch. So overall, I think these are a great option to refresh your hair. Just know that some of them might not come out of the hair if you're going to use them, but I really like the reds and I also really like that pink color. I will leave these linked in the description down below for you guys in case you want to give them a try. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much and I will see you in my next video. Bye.